Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing another updated review of the Marvel Legends Legendary Riders Hulkbuster Iron Man. So I have two sets of this. I have one in the package. This is not one I'll be opening clearly. I have one also loose, but it's just a nice cool clamshell. I'm sure if you watched my Toy Biz in sealed and packaged video, you already saw this figure, but it just says 36 points of articulation, 32-page comic book. And on the back here, it shows the rest of the figures in the wave, along with a brief little info right there, and a little power grid. Very cool. So go ahead and we'll check out the Hulkbuster accessory. So Hulkbuster does come with this base or glider. I don't use this at all. I keep this in a bin with all the other Toy Biz bases. And if you guys ever want to see that, I was looking at, I'm like, maybe somebody would want to see this. I have a bin that's full of all the bases that I keep them in. If you guys are curious in seeing those, I will make a video. I don't know how entertaining it will be, but I can definitely do that for you if you're interested. Just leave a comment. Otherwise, it's got nice black washes, like this gold plastic, and it's got the nice little sculpt of rivets here, and it's got some red triangles and different little computerized things in the front here. Got some little air vents, pegs for the bottom of the feet, and then it's got these more rounded bottoms, so if you wanted to stand them up, you definitely could. And it's got like the turbine in the back, just like the Green Goblin. It is interesting. I mean, any of you that have this figure, do you guys use this? I'm just curious. Otherwise, I don't. It's because I usually have my Hulkbuster with the Hull of Armor, and having this up on the shelf with him would just take up a lot of room. All right, so checking out Hulkbuster, this is a really cool figure. Definitely by far, I mean, it's one of the only comic ones besides the single-carded Hasbro Marvel Legends. They weren't called Marvel Legends at the time. Iron Man, that's a Hulkbuster where the armor pieces kind of come off. I don't have that figure, so I won't be able to do a comparison for you guys. But it's just a goofy, I mean, I remember seeing it at Toys R Us, but it's just a goofy figure. So it does have a latch, and you can lift the helmet up. I'll show the insides, and I'll talk about the rest of the details. But I love the inside of this figure. So you got a very stern-looking Tony Stark, but I love all the paint applications inside here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to keep this hatch open so you guys can check this out. But you can see all the little buttons in there and like little fans to keep them cool, and a little screen, and just a bunch of like little painted details that they honestly didn't have to do, because I'm sure not a lot will keep this hatch wide open, but they did. Like they did both little vents in the back here, but it's just a really great amount of detail. And it's just things that you just don't see that anymore. It's even got what looks like little speakers behind his head. You can see the little black speakers. I don't know. It's very cool. And then it just kind of clicks down. Otherwise, on the top of the head here, it's got a nice sculptor on the side, so you can get these little black lines painted in there, which are painted very nicely. Got a nice gold faceplate there with the black eyes. Looks very cool. Got the gold arc reactor right there in the front. And the black lining continues around. This is all nicely sculpted. Same thing with the outer rim here on the shoulders, and this is all nice in gold. It just looks really clean. It's got a peg hole in the back for those old Toy Biz flight stands, but this guy is so heavy, I don't see those flight stands ever being able to maintain to hold this weight. I think they would always fall, because they're just little pieces. They're just skinny, translucent, clear plastic. They're not the strongest, but they work great for the regular Toy Biz figures. But he's got nice rivets. You can see all the little rivets on the corners here. It's just cool. But all that black line does get a little sloppy right there, but otherwise it's pretty good. There's a little blemishy right there. Then coming down the front, I mean, the black lining continues throughout, which is really cool. And this is more like almost like a bronze, not as gold as the other pieces, but it looks really cool on the forearm. Same thing, the black lining on the fingers, on top of the hands, and those rivets all continue. He's got nice bright gold on the sides here, on the inner arms. Same thing with the chest. This looks really good. It continues all the way across the back. And then continue those black lining. I don't know, it's just a really nice, solid figure. And then it continues the black lining on the front here. You got the gold on the knee pads. You got the gearing on the sides of the ankles. I think that looks really cool. And I love the black lining on the front of the feet, along with the rivets. It just looks really cool. I mean, seeing all those rivets, it really makes you think like this is real armor. You know, I think it's a real Iron Man armor. I don't know, I think that's really cool that they do that, but all that black line looks awesome. You just won't see a Hulkbuster like this again. I'll be amazed if Hasbro produces another Hulkbuster that's a comic, let alone one that comes out this good. So the articulation, obviously there's a latch, but his head does rotate side to side. He does have ball joints in the shoulders, and these shoulder pads can move up. His arms go out, down, forward, and back. He's got an upper bicep swivel. He's got a single jointed elbow, nice and tight. He's got wrist rotation, also a hinge at the wrist. He does have thumb articulation. He does have individual finger articulation, which is really cool. He's got 3 fingers and a thumb. He's got rotation in the upper chest, and also he can slide back and forth. He also has waist rotation. He has the old ball joints, so they can click up, and then he can also spread pretty far. I'm not going to push it, but you can see he kicks out. He's got the upper thigh swivel, nice double jointed knees, which are nice and tight. He's got old school ankle rocker, and his ankles move down, they move up. He does have the toe articulation and peggles the bottom of his feet. So guys, I'll show you how tall Hulkbuster is, and we'll do some comparisons. All right guys, so Hulkbuster stands right around a little over 7.5 inches tall. And then here he is next to the Marvel Studios 10-year anniversary Hulkbuster. Obviously he's gonna be a lot bigger, but it's cool seeing these guys together. He's more close to his kind of paint applications with the brighter gold. I didn't bother with the Build-A-Figure since it's basically the same figure. If you guys want to leave a comment if you wanted to see that, sorry, I will definitely post pictures of that on Instagram if I see those comments. Just let me know, and I'll show you guys with his little base how that looks. Personally, I think that just kind of looks, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I don't know. I don't have the room for it, but I just never really used it. But there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick, or not so quick, updated review. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.